Hello and welcome to the AFL Auto Blends 3D Car Creations channel. Firstly, I'd like to wish all of you a happy new year and prosperous new year. Hope it's a lot different to 2020 to this year. It's 10 to 3 p.m. in England at the moment, so I thought I'd do a quick Jowett Jupiter video. This is part 8 of my series of modelling this car, and so far what we've done is just to do a basic outline of the car, what I'd call a jelly mould. So that's it in side view, there it is in front view, still a long way off, there it is in rear view and top view. Now, if you remember, I've had troubles with perspective on top view, so we're just using this as a basic reference guide. In the last video, I made sure that this line here was straight. As you can see, it's because of the it should be straight. Because of the perspective, it's kinked over. So that's why I'm just using this for reference, really. So this is the top line, so press Alt and click on that loop, and there we are. So we're a little bit out on that. This line should be the top. Okay, so we'll start off here with this line. What I'm going to do is Control and I and hide the rest and just concentrate on that line. So we just hide everything. Okay, so push this down, push this down. Don't forget, this is tedious work and you'll be continually changing what you've done. As you can witness, that's what I'm doing at the moment. But in the end, we'll achieve what we want to achieve. Also, it's also worth noting that when you're working on the side view, when you move a vertice, you're only moving it on the Z-axis or the Y-axis. So as soon as you've altered them, it's always good to go to a different view, such as the front view, where you've got the X, so you can maneuver the vertices that you've created. See, these need to be pulled over to the middle. Okay, so back to where I was, redoing these lines. So move that up. Remember, when you pull in vertices, also you can pull them up like so, or you can press G and type in the axes that you want it to go, like that. You can also finite the selection by holding the Shift key, which will move it very slowly. But when you've done that, remember to press your left mouse button. Okay, select that one, scroll on your mouse button to enlarge the image and move it up. And likewise so that one needs to go in and there and across. You can see where we are. We're roughly getting the outline of the car. And let's come down a wee bit more. Okay, so we'll press Alt H and bring all the other vertices back. Let's see where we are. So already that's better. But what I want to do now is to grab that line again So click out of everything, go into your side view to make sure you're picking up the right one. Press Alt. It's this one we want. That's the one we want. Okay, go to the rear view, so press Control and 1 on your numpad. And there we are. Look, we're in line. Okay, we're not quite on the height there. Let's have a look. Yeah, the height on the side here is showing different to the rear view, only slightly. But we'll work on the side view for now. So what we've got now is, if we go to solid view, right, we've got some lines that are obscuring the view. So what we'll do is, as I said in an earlier episode, is to hide the front. So range select with B. So range select, hold your left mouse button down and drag across and down until you highlight the ones that you want to hide. Simply press the H key. You're not deleting them. When you want them back, just press Alt and H and you'll get them back. Okay, so now we go into the rear view, so press Control and 1. That line here is what we're going to use to shrink it, and what we'll do is scale it in to get that angle eventually, but for now, no. What we'll do now is select this line here. So select that line, go back to your side view. Now I've got to bring that up quite a way to get the curvature. So what I'm doing is bringing it up to there. Then we'll manually, so if I get the top of this, the highlight, the top of the reflection, so if I bring that down here, bring this up, just get it roughly at the top there. Excellent. Okay. So just look and make sure that you've got your curve, your flow. So that's a reasonable flow. So if we get that again. So highlight the whole thing. So press Alt, select the whole thing, go back into your rear view, and that's not in a bad place actually. So that's in a pretty good place. We're a little, as I say, we're a little bit on height because of the views, but I'm going from the side view, so that one's in line. So I think that this, where are we here? Okay, so this line here, go into solid view, make sure we know where we are. So we've moved these up, so I suggest we move these up as well. So range select, you click the first one with your mouse button, then you go to the last set of the selection, hold your control key, and that selects the whole lot. Okay. Now I want to edge slide this so we've got a similar curve to that. So the way you do that is press GG, press E, and look for the little red dot. And the little red dot's on the bottom, so we want to align it with the top one, so we press F. So it's E or F until you're in the right. Bring it up to around here. Go back to your side view, and I think we'll just need to pull that out just slightly. So we pull that out slightly to get the curvature. And now lastly, we want to pick this line up, so press Alt and select that line, go into side view, and I just want to pull this up a little bit, so GG, press E, the little red dots at the top, and just pull it up here. I've got a little bit of an issue here. What's that doing? So drag that down. GG, pull this about, just pull it around. Okay, so let's drag this line again. So Alt, hold your selection down, go into rear view, have a look where we are. We're not that bad actually, just pull it out a little bit. Okay, so that's much better. Go into rear view. Now we need to align these better, so just click on there, pull that out. And what we're trying to do here is maintain curvature. So pull that one in a bit, pull this one out, pull this one out. And pull it out. So it's not looking too bad at the moment. So side view, see where we are with that. Z or frame. Pull it out a little bit more. Okay. Let's have a look where we are with this one. I'll be tempted to pull that one up. Let's get the curvature. What's that line there? Pull that one down to match that, grab that one, pull that down to match that, grab them all by B, select, just drag them up. All we're trying to do is to get more of a flow. On the back there. This one, you can see that one's mile off, so I'll pull that in a bit because it needs to be around there. This one as well needs to be in there. Just pull that in. Okay, so that's a reasonable start to that. Now, in the top view, which we're just using for reference at the moment, as you can see, because of the perspective we're miles out at the moment here, but what I'm going to do is to grab this line here, because that line should be here. So we need to pull that line in. So what we do, I'm going to start from here. I'll select that line again. I'm going to unselect that one. I'm going to click on this and then click on it again. Now it's a different color to the others because what we want to do is scale this line on the y-axis. And we're using this as the starting point because we don't want to change that. You could have grabbed it and moved the whole lot, but then these would be out of place. What we want to do is pull this in so it's incremental in terms of distance. And what we do here is click up to this button here, Normally you'd have it on boundary box select, but in this instance we want to use active element. Now the yellow dot is the active element, so we want to scale on the y-axis and just pull it in and just eyeball it to get it in. And we go to solid view. You can see what we've done. We've dragged that line in. Okay, let's go to the rear view just to see where we are with it. Now what we want is the line to be tilted to down there. So again, once we do, we've got our active element at the top there, so we use that as the active element as the place where we want to bend it, which is correct. So we do scale, so S and X. It's not doing it, is it? Right. So let's click this one instead and unselect the ones before it. So go to the rear. So make sure that that is selected as active element. So S and X. Ah, I see why, right. Okay, let's get rid of this one down here. So now S and X. Right, let's do it a different way. Let's do Control Alt. So hold Control Shift Alt key and then press S and then press X. So use the shear tool. So we're shearing it across now. There we go. Now what we want to do is scale it on the Z again. So we're bringing this line up to there. So press S, Z and scale everything up to here. Okay, now we can move that line up to around about there. That's great. So there was one stray. There's one stray. Here we go. Where is it? There. So just bring that across. So move that across there. Okay. So it's starting to look good. So just eyeball this and just move things about until you think but that's a very good start actually. Starting to look something like what I want it to look like. Just before we go, I'd like to cut in the wheel well. So just drag these up to the edge of the rear fender, to the wheel arch. Highlight these two. You can use K knife cut and come down here, but the way I prefer it, so you minimise duplication, is to press J, and that joins, and that joins the two vertices that you selected. Press this and that one, press J, join those, bring this one in, double G, just pull it in on that axis, and pull this one across to here. Keep that one where it is for now, pull it across a little bit and up a little bit. Okay, so what we've got is, so pull this one up. I'll pull that one back down. I'm not sure what's happening with the wheel arch. I think the wheel arch is here. There's a cut in the body there, isn't there? So, no, let's leave it there for now. Pull this across, so the edge of the wheel. Join these two together, press J. And these two, and press J. What I'm doing is creating an extra, excuse me, extra vertices. So press double G, move that up here. Okay, so what we've created now is a support framework for the wheel arch. Okay, so press Z, wireframe. Now all we're doing is simply getting rid of faces. So highlight that face, hold the shift key, hold that face, that face, that face. I'm not worried about that face, leave that there, that face, that face, that face, and that face. Not forgetting the two in the middle. Press X and delete faces. So what we've got the makings, the start of the back end of the car, and it's not looking too bad at the moment. What we'll do in the next episode is to put in a few more loop cuts here, but I've got that rough shape as I want it. What we'll do is move forward, I think, in the next episode and do up to the door, make sure all that's in, and then we'll move to the front, just doing the same process. So if we press Alt and H, bring everything back. Okay, there, that's where we are at the moment. That's our model. That's our model. So just before we go, let's make sure everything's okay. We've got a gap there, haven't we? Press Alt, go into vertex select mode, press Shift and N, that recalculates the normals. Right, so what we've got here, we've got this, whoops, this, and this, and press F. There's a problem there. So if we press these three first, so we've got two triangles, press F. I don't know what's going on here. Right, okay. So go there, press X, and only edges and faces. That's what the problem was. Okay, so we'll concentrate on something else in the next episode. But thank you all for watching, and once again, I wish you a happy new year. Thanks for supporting me. If you haven't already, just to help the channel, press subscribe and like. And also, if you like this sort of stuff, I can recommend my friend Rod Halligan. It's R-O-D Halligan, H-A-L-L-I-G-A-N. Please support his channel as well. We tend to work in tandem a little bit on these vehicles. He's not doing this one, but he's doing some awesome cars. Anyway, thank you once again for watching. Bye.